In tournament football, there is no safety net. You can dominate a group stage, build a terrifying reputation, and still be sent packing because of one missed assignment or a split-second lapse in concentration. The tension is absolute. That is exactly the collision course we're looking at with France and Sweden. This matchup pits two entirely opposite philosophies against one another. It is pure attacking flair colliding directly with militant tactical discipline. On one side, you have the French national team. Look at this roster. It is loaded with world-class talent, capable of executing explosive, high-speed attacks that overwhelm opponents through pure creativity and relentless offensive pressure. Opposing them is Sweden. They operate completely differently. They don't rely on individual superstars to bail them out. Instead, they function as a deeply unified, calculating machine, built entirely on defensive rigidity and overwhelming physical strength. This matchup functions as a brutal stress test of two tactical extremes. We are about to find out which philosophy cracks first when the pressure hits maximum capacity. France arrives with the undeniable label of heavy favorites, and the data backs it up. They have a proven ability to dictate the tempo of the midfield, holding possession and forcing opponents to play at their chosen rhythm. There is a flaw, though, and it's largely mental. Carrying the weight of being the overwhelming favorite can be suffocating. When high-level talent suddenly faces unexpected resistance, frustration builds quickly, often leading to rushed decisions and critical errors. All that pace and technical brilliance evaporates if they panic. If their initial waves of attack keep crashing into a wall, keeping their composure becomes the single most vital factor for their survival. That wall is exactly what Sweden brings to the pitch. Labeling them underdogs misses the point. They actively prefer to surrender possession, calculating that flawless positioning is far more effective than simply having the ball. They construct an incredibly compact defensive shape. By squeezing the space between their lines, they systematically choke out the exact passing lanes that fast-paced teams like France need to operate. And when they do engage, it is bruising. Sweden thrives in intense physical duels, looking to disrupt the flow and capitalize on massive long balls and highly coordinated set pieces to catch their opponents off guard. Their entire playbook is a war of attrition. They are built to absorb wave after wave of pressure, staying completely disciplined until the opposition makes one disastrous mistake. The epicenter of this clash will be the middle of the pitch. The center circle is the real battleground here, and whichever squad imposes their will in this exact zone will write the narrative for the rest of the game. France's midfielders cycle the ball constantly. Rapid lateral movement forces Sweden's defense to widen, exposing central corridors. But Sweden knows this. They collapse inward, patching the center so densely that French playmakers are swallowed up and stripped of their speed. If that Swedish trap works, the fast-paced thriller grinds to a halt. The size of the pitch seemingly shrinks, the pace plummets, and we are left with a grinding, deeply uncomfortable stalemate. Dominating the midfield in this scenario isn't about passing statistics. It is about frustrating the opposition so thoroughly that they abandon their meticulously planned strategy out of sheer desperation. All of this tactical theory hinges on the game state. In a matchup of such polarizing styles, the opening goal instantly incinerates the tactical board for both sides. Look at the first scenario. If France finds the back of the net early, Sweden is forced to step up and chase the game. The moment they abandon their compact shape, they leave wide-open tracts of grass for French forwards to exploit. If Sweden manages to score first on a rogue counterattack, they will lock down the pitch entirely. They will retreat into a massive, organized defensive block, transforming their half into a fortress that allows no room for maneuvering. Trying to pick apart a fully entrenched Swedish defense that already holds a lead is statistically one of the most agonizing tasks in global football. The passing lanes simply cease to exist. This means the opening 20 minutes are absolutely crucial. The team that strikes first gets to decide exactly which version of reality the rest of the match will be played in. Ultimately, this knockout clash is the pure definition of a style contrast. You have the blistering attacking depth of the French roster pitted against an unshakable, deeply structured Swedish mentality. It is going to be tight, heavily contested, and decided by razor-thin margins. Whether it's a sudden stroke of individual genius or a single catastrophic defensive error, one isolated moment will decide who survives and who goes home. So how do you see this playing out? Will offensive firepower overwhelm the defense, or will strict discipline break the favorites? Drop your predictions below and get ready for kickoff.